Time to send it.
So my buddy Joey has been hiring me to do some still photography on his video gigs, and this time our shoot was out in Indianapolis, Indiana. I think I've been through there a couple times, but I've never spent any real time in Indianapolis. So the first day we actually got our work done at a reasonable time, and the weather was beautiful. So we headed right into downtown in the city, got some lunch, and then I jumped on one of the bikeshare bikes, and he jumped on a scooter. We both kind of explored the city at our own pace. Met back up a little later at a brewery, and then rode around the bike share a little bit more. Checked out one of those arcade bars, which is pretty cool. So played a bunch of the classic video games and stuff like that. I have to say I was super impressed with Indianapolis. Separated bike lanes. I also went out on one of the bike trails. I think the white, I'll put it on the screen. The name just escaped me. Anyways, but yeah, it was a really, like I said, beautiful day, fun day to ride around. The bike share bikes there, they are the Pacer bikes, and they were pretty nice. Some bikes are really, city bikes that would be really overbuilt and are really heavy, and these actually weren't too bad to ride. As you can see, I even found some grav and tried it out, and the bike's fine on it. You know, they're 3-speed grip shift, so when I came back off the gravel and tried to climb up the gravel climb, I had to hop off and walk. I couldn't pull that off, but you know, they are what they are. And as far as city bikes go, these were some of the better ones. When I'm traveling and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to ride, I don't have room to bring a bike. I don't have time to plan ahead to rent a bike because I don't know. You know, I'm working. I'm there to work. City bikes are the great option. One thing that I'll do a lot of times before I go, I'll look up what the bike share in the city is and download the app before I get there. So I've already got like the credit card information and whatever you'll need. So it's just a good idea to do that. But there's kiosks you could usually use at the bike share programs too. This one was really cheap. It was like, I think $1 and a few cents to take the bike off the dock, and then it was 15 cents a minute after that. So these were a little more designed that you could take them out and like go for a ride on the bike path, and it wasn't going to get overly expensive. I think my longer ride was on the 10 mile like 10 mile length roughly. God. But yeah, and I think that cost me about $10. And then when I rented the two for me and Joey to just ride around a little bit, I think it was like, you know, 2 bikes, shorter mileage. It still came out around $10. So, you know, when you look up bike rentals and anything like that, it's much cheaper. Of course, if you rent a bike, you're going to get a bike that you probably like a lot more. But, you know, different. What is that? Horses for courses. Yeah, I guess that analogy might work. Anyway, so yeah, so these ones were kind of cool because, you know, a lot of times, like even in New York, they really are like the city bikes are designed to take short trips. One, I don't find the bikes as comfortable to ride, and then also the price goes up. You know, they really are designed, and the pricing structure is just to, you know, make a trip, you know, short for errands and stuff like that. So yeah, that was kind of cool. But yeah, I would definitely go to Indianapolis. I would go back there on my own just to explore more. It really feels like a capital city. It was really impressive with big monuments and malls, and then, you know, and I'm like not shopping malls like Washington, D.C. style mall. And then, yeah, it just looked like tons of bars, tons of restaurants. We ate at a great place, stopped in a really cool brewery, stopped in a really cool coffee shop, and I felt like we were, you know, obviously, as already mentioned, a work trip and not unlimited time. But even with the time we had, I still felt like you're just barely scratching the surface of place to check out. Looks like there's a couple bike trails that go in and out of the city. And then I also believe there is mountain biking somewhere not too far from Indianapolis. But I know Indiana is supposed to have some good mountain biking, but I can't remember the exact area. Anyways, totally impressed with the trip to this place. Work went really well. It's always great when you travel for work, but then get to do something you love, which for me is ride my bike and explore new places and drink some good beer and eat some good food. So yeah, great trip. Looking forward to getting around even more as the weather continues to get nicer. That's it for this one, and I will see you soon.